Could you give me a Diet Dr. Pepper?
And watching Newsmax TV. Every day, get the latest from Dick Morris, Rudy Giuliani, Michelle Malkin, Alan Dershowitz, Diamond and Silk, Mike Huckabee, and more. Find Newsmax on your cable guide or call them and tell them you want Newsmax. Also get Newsmax for free on Roku, Zumo, YouTube, or your smart TV. Remember, Newsmax TV is real news for real people.
I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Toyota-thon is on. Now's the best time to visit your Toyota dealer and to save big on the car, truck, or SUV you've been dreaming of. Like an off-road ready 21 4Runner, a 21 Tacoma, or a 21 RAV with available all-wheel drive, all with $1,000 cash back from Toyota. Take $1,000 back on a 21 gas model Corolla or $1,500 on a hybrid or a Highlander with seating for 8 and take up to $2,500 cash back. Take $2,000 cash back on a sporty new 2020 gas model Camry or $3,000 on a hybrid model Camry. Visit buyatoyota.com, Toyota's official website for deals, to check out inventory, build your own Toyota, and to find a dealer near you. All to help make buying or leasing your next Toyota easy and affordable. You can take cash back or apply toward down payment. Offers exclude TRD Pro models and hybrid offers vary. See your dealer for details. Toyota-thon is on, so hurry, go see your Toyota dealer today. Offers end November 30th. Toyota, let's go places.
Calls and conversations continue in less than 3 minutes as the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues after this.
Throughout the Ohio Valley, back to school is looking different. Each day, parents, teachers, students, coaches, and administrators are finding solutions to situations that are unprecedented. All of us at the Highlands appreciate everything you are doing. and are here for the items you need. Visit hitthehighlands.com for the current guidelines and updated contact information of our retailers and restaurants.
This is Wheeling Fire Chief Larry Helms reminding everyone about the seriousness of this COVID-19 in our region during these colder weather months. This virus is spreading rapidly and could put a strain on our hospitals and emergency services. I am asking everyone to please wear a mask. It's important to make sure your mask covers your nose and your mouth at all times. Wearing a mask is one of the only defensive tactics we have to slow this virus down. Remember, wear a mask, stay apart, and wash your hands.
The Original Undo's in Benwood is the perfect place to enjoy the big game, great food, and the company around you. The outdoor patio is the best kept secret in Marshall County, featuring plenty of big screen HD TVs, an outdoor beer garden, and NFL and MLB packages so you don't miss a second of the action. With the holiday season fast approaching, don't forget about Undo's Catering. Perfect for holiday parties, family gatherings, conferences, weddings, or any event large or small. Check out undos.com for menus, specials, entertainment, and more. Undo's Family Restaurants, family owned since 1953.
It's the Christmas traditions that make this time of year so special. Like spending time with family and friends, the spirit of giving, remembering our blessings.
May your holidays be truly bright. Merry Christmas from Main Street Bank.
In a hurry and need to see a doctor? The Woodsdale Health Center and Walk-In Clinic is located across from Little Caesars on National Road. Open 7 to 7 Monday through Friday. Patients can receive primary care, treatment of minor illnesses and injuries, wellness visits and physicals. There's also a lab draw station open from 8 to noon weekdays. A division of Wheeling Hospital, the Woodsdale Health Center is led by family physician Dr. Michael Wilson. Call 304-234-1971. They'll take good care of you.
Have a festive adventure at Wheeling's Historic Center Market. Discover a unique mix of specialty shops and quality eateries. Hunt for the perfect gift or gift card at Center Market. Find everything from art, antiques, coffees, wine and craft beers, cigars and fine olive oils, to fresh seafood, local honey, jewelry, vintage decor, toys, and clothing. Meet friends and explore this iconic holiday shopping destination. Experience Wheeling's Historic Center Market.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the watchdog trusts.
Highland Sports Complex is the coolest destination for sports and entertainment the Ohio Valley has ever seen. Pop in for some open basketball in our field house or reserve some turf time for your next practice or game on our synthetic fields. Online registration is open for development classes and leagues for youth and adults. Highland Sports is also the hottest destination for birthday parties and other events. So come challenge yourself on our play climb and enjoy your favorite virtual reality game in the arcade. No memberships required, so visit highlandsports.com to find your next entertainment experience and get ready to reach new heights.
I'm not buying till I checked on Ford.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there is one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. Being in business for over 50 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at DoanFord.com.
I'm not buying till I check Doan Ford.
Hello, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster. Weather look at your local weather forecast for your Tuesday. Look for partly sunny skies, breezy at times, a daytime high near 47, overnight low of 39 degrees under partly cloudy skies. A few scattered showers around for your Wednesday, otherwise mostly cloudy, with temperatures in the mid-50s. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
All right, listen up, you guys. Morning. Morning. Wake. It's Tuesday.
Today is Tuesday.
I am loving the sound of your voice.
Good morning, sunshine.
Crank up the radio.
You all ready for the big show? Happy Tuesday, everybody.
And action.
Okay, let's do it. Hey, guys. You ready to let the dogs out?
All right, let's do this.
Yes, we are ready to let the dogs out.
Well, what are we waiting for?
It's showtime.
News, information, conversation, controversy, and fun. This is the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
We are talking about the fact that it's Thanksgiving week. We're heading rapidly towards Big Turkey Day, and then we'll begin the whole holiday season right after that, an abbreviated and weird season, but it'll be there nonetheless. What are we talking about today? Well, speaking of the holidays, if you're looking for a holiday gift created by local arts and crafts folks, Rick Morgan from the Ogilvy Institute Stifel Center will be by with suggestions from the current annual Stifel Center show and sale. Some good ideas for you if you want to buy something that reflects the local community. Governor Justice's emergency executive authority gets a boost from a federal judge who says the mask mandate is acceptable. Statewide correspondent Brad McElhenney should be with us to talk about that. Another Panhandle county turns red on the DHHR map. We'll look at all the latest local COVID numbers in just a minute or two. Governor Justice says no decision made yet about where the Super Six will be played this year. President-elect Joe Biden fleshing out his foreign policy and national security team. D.C. reporter Tom Squitieri is in with all of our latest D.C. news. Plus, when do Americans get their Christmas decorations up? What are the things we miss this most from the year America shut down? And the secret sister scam is one I want to alert you to. And Brother Biff, are the marksmen up there? Are the turkeys all ready this morning?
I believe so.
All right, it's time for us to be giving away Thanksgiving turkeys over the course of the morning this morning, so stand by. We'll let you know when to call, and you could win your Thanksgiving turkey in our annual on-air turkey shoot, where you get a chance to pick how many drinks the marksmen have had. That's the way I like to look at it. You know, how many shots will it take them to shoot down the turkey? If you get it right, you get the turkey. And we'll talk about that and give you a chance to win coming up a bit later on. A couple days worth of turkey shoots here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Another cloudy day is on the way today. Going to be kind of a gray day. It's foggy already this morning. Daytime high about 46 or so. Right now it is cold. We're looking at 25 degrees at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport, 25 degrees here at the home studios, and at the Robinson Auto Group Studios downtown Wheeling in the heart of the Ohio Valley with some fog floating around outside. So you want to be aware of that. Brother Biff, we started off yesterday talking about the Super Six, and I'm not sure we even should have one given that we don't know who's going to be in it and who's going to be out of it. And I hate to say it, but it's looking like bad news for Oak Glen at the moment too, right?
Yes, it is. Oak Glen is in orange, which is Hancock County, and Oak Glen and Hancock County has to drop to gold by the time that the West Virginia Department of Education map comes out at 5 o'clock or whenever they feel necessary to put it out.
Whenever they get ready to put it out. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 5, but sometimes it's 6, sometimes it's 7, sometimes it's 11, who knows. But whenever the mood strikes them to put the map out on Saturday, if Oak Glen is still in orange and has not at least dropped down to gold, unfortunately, Oak Glen will have to forfeit their semifinal matchup against Robert C. Byrd, which means Robert C. Byrd would get a free pass into the Class AA Super 6 championship game.
And it makes me nervous where the Panhandle is going the wrong way. Marshall County has been red for a while and is still red. Brooke County went into the red yesterday. So now 2 Panhandle counties in the red. Everybody is at least orange. So I hope that Oak Glen is able to pull it out. I hope Hancock County stays into the gold, but I'm afraid we're going the wrong way. So that makes me nervous. So we talked yesterday. I'm not even sure we should have a Super Six because I don't know how you can crown a Super Six champion when all the best teams are eliminated through no fault of their own. The other question that's being asked is, if we have a Super Six, will it be played at Wheeling Island Stadium? Since Ohio County is a hotbed of COVID right now as well. The governor was asked about it yesterday during his coronavirus briefing. And the governor said, well, you know what he said, Biff?
Basically, nothing.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Governor said, I don't know. No decision yet on the Super Six, although he plans on meeting soon with Bernie Dolan and figuring out what they're going to do. Life will go on for these young people in their communities. We shouldn't be worried about sports, says Governor Justice, who spent the entire season trying his hardest to make sure he got to play sports. So life will go on for these young, and that's true. I mean, it is true. And nobody wants to see it. Nobody likes to see it, but, you know, it will happen. But should there be a Super Six? I'm beginning to think no. When you can't have the best teams playing, do you really have a Super Six? Do you really have a state football championship when you don't have the best teams even in the game? Not even in the initial rounds, and then by the time we get to who knows how many teams will be even available for Super Six? And then the question becomes, does it play at Wheeling Island Stadium?
I think I think we will have a Super Six. However, I don't think it'll be at Wheeling Island Stadium. I think it'll be held elsewhere. I would expect them to kind of do like they used to in Ohio before for a long time, and they actually did this weekend when they would play some of the games at Massillon, and then they would play some at either the Horseshoe where Ohio State plays, or they would play them at Canton. I wouldn't be surprised if, and by the way, somebody should tell the governor that this is semifinal weekend, and next weekend is actually the Super Six. So he doesn't have too much time to.
No, is not an answer. It's not a good time to be saying, oh no.
No, quit piddling around and find a way to get it done. But anyhow, I wouldn't be surprised if you see 3 separate locations for each one of the championship games. I think they will find a way to have the Super Six. I just don't think here in Wheeling.
I think you're right. I don't know about the 3 separate locations, although that may be true too. It may be easier to say, let's try to find the least amount of travel space for the teams that are playing, right? Let's try and get them as close to home, as close to each other as they can, so we don't have to worry about traveling into coronavirus territory. I think you're right. I even though I don't think there should be a Super Six, I think there will be. I don't think that's going to happen. That's just my opinion. But I also don't think they're going to have it at Wheeling Island Stadium. Although the governor said yesterday, oh, no. I do think that I'm sure in his mind he knows that it's not going to be at Wheeling Island Stadium. It's going to be somewhere else. And maybe they're negotiating for other places. I don't know. But you're right, Biff. Come on, Governor. Tick-tock, tick-tock.
Yeah, hello. We're scheduled to have games this weekend, and then after it, that's it. And it's championship week next weekend, so not too much time. And again, you want to give if you don't have it here, you want to give people, if they're negotiating other places, you want to give them time to, get ready and see if even they have enough people that could cover what needs covered for the game. So, but no, we'll probably wait till the last minute like we've done with everything else here. So we'll see.
Yeah, and it'll be what's the first day of the actual Super Six scheduled? December the
4th, which is Friday, and that's usually the AA championship is Friday, and then Saturday is the AAA at noon, and then the single A Saturday night at 7.
So December 4th is the beginning of the Super Six. Probably around December 3rd, we'll find out what's going to happen.
Yeah, the second or third.
Based on the way things gone. Yeah, based on the way things have gone this past year. It's a shame we don't have it here. It's a shame we don't have more local teams in it. It's a shame that Central in particular can't play given their long-standing record of championship play. But as I said yesterday in a phrase that I hate to use all the time, it is what it is. This is where we are right now. Honestly, Biff, I've reached the point where, and I think this, of course, this week could be a big COVID week because of Thanksgiving travel and stuff, but you know what? I've kind of reached the point where, although we'll keep on talking about COVID and I'll keep giving you the local numbers, and I think it's still very dangerous, in my head, I'm just looking forward to the vaccine. I'm looking forward to the beginning of the year when we begin to see some light at the end of this tunnel.
Yep, get that vaccine here.
Mentally, I'm just prepared to put all of this behind us. The year America shut down should be shut down, and we can begin to actually head back to normal probably, maybe, who knows, in January or thereabouts. 7:22 on the Watchdog Morning Show. The governor's mask mandate was actually upheld by a federal judge yesterday, and in principle, the governor's executive authorities were upheld. It is one of a number of court cases that have already gone in favor of the governor in being able to use his executive authority. I want to talk about that coming up in a minute. And there was an interesting article in the Slate online magazine, suggesting because we're having enforcement, the governor's talking about police, call the police if you have troubles at your store, and Governor DeWine has his, what's it called, the retail enforcement team or something like that. And he said, so we're talking about enforcing it, cracking down on people. If the stick doesn't work, should we try a carrot to get people to win their mask mandate, to wear their masks? We'll talk about that and more coming up in a minute here on the Watchdog Morning Show. 7:23, 25 cold degrees at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport.
Give the gift of safety and security with AAA.
Sitter or dog boarding options? If so, call Dirty Paws, Wheeling's newest pet care service, providing the Ohio Valley with everyone's pet care needs. Check us out on Facebook at Dirty Paws WHG or call 304-639-7754.
Save on thousands of items during Menards' last 11% rebate sale of 2020. From framing and roofing nailers to finish and brad nailers, Menards has a large selection of Metabo HPT air nailers to choose from. Right now, all Metabo HPT air nailers are 11% off. It's Menards' last 11% rebate sale of 2020. Savings are good until November 25th. Savings are a mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
From the Watchdog Network, right now traffic. Here's the latest from the Robinson Auto Group Traffic Center.
Traffic near the Highlands, on Washington Avenue, and on the Fort Henry Bridge is flowing. Traffic near the Ohio Valley Mall, on 70 and 470, and on State Route 7 is running regularly. McCulloch Street under I-70 will continue to have single-lane closures. The Market Street overpass with reduction will continue. The single-lane closures on Route 2 under I-70 will continue. I-70 construction will continue westbound where crossovers are in effect. And all existing detours and closures will continue for the I-70 Bridges project. Follow Ohio Valley Traffic Report on Facebook, WTRF7 News, and the Watchdog for updates.
Hello, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster. Weather look at your local weather forecast for your Tuesday. Look for partly sunny skies, breezy at times, a daytime high near 47. Overnight low of 39 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Few scattered showers around for your Wednesday, otherwise mostly cloudy, with temperatures in the mid-50s. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster.
Attention Facebook followers. You can now watch the Valley's #1 morning show with Howard Monroe. Weekdays 7 to 10 a.m. Only on Watchdog Radio and the Watchdog Facebook page.
Live and local for the Ohio Valley. The Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
7:27 Watchdog Morning Show. It is a Tuesday. Coming up, the ever popular, always exciting annual turkey shoot, giving you a chance to win some free Thanksgiving turkeys here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Stand by. We'll be letting you know when you can call in to win on that one. The mask mandate in West Virginia and elsewhere has created a lot of controversy and a lot of questions about whether or not the government has the power to impose those and so on. And I'm going to be honest, even I wonder sometimes how much longer and how much farther Governor Just's executive authority can go. But yesterday, Federal District Judge Robert Chambers declined to strike down the mask mandate. Said the judge, quote, "The governor has made a rational decision that wearing a mask is an appropriate response to a public health crisis during a pandemic. The governor has properly relied upon medical science in determining that these restrictions must persist." So the governor gets another piece of support from federal district judge this time. This is the second federal ruling on top of 3 previous state court rulings that have upheld the governor's emergency powers in this pandemic time. And I know there are still some other lawsuits pending, and including one that's being brought by some local businesses and folks. But the track record here seems to be that, again, and I'm not 100% sure that I went along with this in the beginning. I do question whether the governor, without using any legislative involvement at all, without any time frame in terms of when these powers will go away, I wonder just how far these powers can go. But it seems like the courts are saying, yes, you have that executive authority, Governor. And so his mask mandate was upheld. This ruling yesterday, by the way, was in the case of that Putnam County business, the Bridge Cafe. Remember we talked about it? Not the one in downtown Wheeling. Not that one. The Bridge Cafe and Bistro in Hurricane, West Virginia. You remember they're the ones who last summer actually went on Facebook and said, we're not enforcing any mask mandate. Our employees aren't going to wear a mask. We're not going to ask anyone to wear a mask when they come into our store. Basically, they said, if you don't like it, lump it. Health department said, well, we lump it. And so we're likely to pull your license. And they kind of resolved that. But now that the mask mandate was tightened up recently, the Bridge Cafe's attorneys went to court, and they lost. The governor's executive authority was upheld, and the mask mandate specifically was upheld. So, and I think he kicked it back down to a lower court then for further conversation. But it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, because it looks like the governor's getting a lot of support from the courts. obviously these mask mandates and other forms of COVID controls are creating some controversy, and we talk about them on the show a good bit. But some folks go maybe a little bit too far. A West Virginia man has been charged with threatening the governor over the COVID restrictions. 49-year-old Stephen Long, arrested yesterday and last week, actually, Thursday night, and charged with terroristic threatening. Now, when I see that, I always wonder sometimes, well, are law enforcement just kind of overreaching, putting a terrorist threat in there? That's sort of a broad category they can use to get people there. But the tweet that was at the root of all this complains about the governor's policies being implemented and his use of police authority to enforce them if necessary. And then it goes on to say we need, quote, lynch mob justice. All right, now you're really starting to tread close to the line. And then it goes on to specifically call for the public execution of the governor, the medical director, and Clay Marsh, the COVID director. So in the beginning, I thought, well, maybe this is kind of overreaching, but geez, this guy, he's calling it. Now, he claims, the troopers say that when they arrested him, he said, I was just using my First Amendment right to free speech. But, there's what's the old line, Biffy? You can't yell fire in a crowded theater. And there's just a line at which I think you don't cross. Calling for public executions strikes me to go a little bit too far. So we'll see what happens in court on that one, but that case is in court now. And yesterday, once again, Patrick Morrisey, the Attorney General in West Virginia, went after the governor for the mask mandate. Actually, I want to be more clear because Patrick Morrisey was clear. Patrick Morrisey says, look, I'm all in favor of public health measures. I'm all in favor of wearing the mask. I'm all in favor of social distancing and washing your hands and doing all the right thing. But Morrisey says that the constitutional right to freedom, to your own freedom, is being overridden by the governor's executive orders here. Now, Morrisey, our Attorney General, clearly is at odds with all of the courts that have ruled on this so far, but we'll see how they still play out. Some other lawsuits are pending. But Morrisey, and then the governor just had a long response to Morrisey yesterday. I'll basically, I don't want to say call him a goof, but basically just said he was disappointed in Patrick Morrisey. That's all there is. There's no other way to say it. I am damn disappointed. I have supported Patrick every way I can, and I think it's a crying shame that he may have overlooked the severity of the situation. And he goes on to talk about, the governor goes on to talk about how he's doing the best. And I do think, I've said this before, I feel sorry for him almost. The governor is trying, I think, his best to come up with a way to keep COVID under control. Not succeeding real well, but that's not the governor's fault. So he and Morrisey still are going at it. And then there was an article in Slate magazine this week, which I thought was interesting. If the carrot and the stick idea, if the stick of enforcement, of fines, and of police action and so on, if the stick doesn't make people wear a mask, should we consider a carrot? In other words, should we consider offering incentives instead of offering fines for not wearing, should we offer incentives to wear the mask? The article's authors suggested that people ought to be paid to wear their masks. I don't know. That's kind of in the same category as, paying kids to go to school. If they're not going to school, well, we should pay them to go. Well,
how much they talking?
Well, that's right.
I mean, what's the price amount?
Yeah, well, and the logistics. Think about that. So, what are they going to roam the streets? Okay, you wear a mask. You wear a mask. You wear a mask. Just have $10 bills in your hand everywhere. You wear a mask. Here you go. You wear a mask. Here you go. You wear a mask. Here you go. I mean, The logistics of it don't make any sense to me. But I get the concept. If the carrot isn't working, if the stick isn't working, I should say, if the stick isn't working, try the carrot. If y'all have some thoughts on that, should we pay people to wear their masks? 304-214-1600 is the text line. Let me know. Do you think it's a good idea to consider paying people to wear their masks? Now, this is not a West Virginia proposal or a local proposal. This is just an idea that was in Slate magazine. Pay people, and maybe not money, but offer them other incentives. I don't know. A free turkey for Thanksgiving if you were. I don't know what. I don't know what you would offer them, but well, actually, here's some suggestions they have. Vouchers for grocery delivery. Okay. Tax credits to large settings like schools and prisons that improve their mask wearing. Giving extra credit or more recess time in grade school and high school for mask wearing. Vouchers for books or meals at universities and colleges if they wear their masks. I don't know. Then the question becomes, where's that money coming from? I mean, I don't know.
We're probably paying for it.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. Of course, I mean, the short answer would be government has to be, right? We'd be paying for it. I don't know. They even suggest, they have these contract tracing apps that you can get on your phone. You can download them to your iPhone or whatever. And actually, they don't work here in our local area because I guess our health department doesn't take part in the same system as these apps do. Because I've tried to download it and it tells me not available in your area. But with that in mind, they're even suggesting $100 cash payment if you download the app. Heavens to Betsy. I download that app like that, baby. It doesn't even work in our area, but I don't care. I download it. Send me my $100. And we talked yesterday with Dr. Milton and others about taking the vaccine. Biff and I both agree when the vaccine is there, we're rolling up our sleeves and getting first in line, right, Biff?
Oh, yeah, it comes out, give it to me.
Yeah, I want the good stuff, as you said. They're even suggesting that, because there's some people who say they're not going to take the vaccine, they're even suggesting paying $1,000 to take the vaccine. Holy mackerel. That'd be great. Get the vaccine and $1,000. Now, keep in mind, this is all just, some couple of guys writing some ideas down on the magazine, but holy cow. Conceptually, the carrot and stick concept I get, but logistically and practically, I don't know where it comes from. All right, 7:39, 21 to the hour on the Watchdog Morning Show. We'll talk to Zach in a minute or two about the Ohio Valley weather. Another dark and gray day today, so fog outside right now. The DC Digest will come from Tom Squitieri a bit later on, and we'll talk about the Biden finally has access to money and transition ability. The GSA has said the transition can get started finally after, seems like forever, but it's only been 16 days. I saw that number today. It's only been 16 days since the election. We're finally getting ready to make that transition. We'll talk about it all coming up here on the Watchdog Morning Show, but first some headlines.
The WTRF Channel 7 News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
Now it's
If you want to hold Bill till after Zach, it's entirely up to you. Okay. Gonna work. We've got Squitieri at 8:10, and hopefully, but I don't yet have confirmation, Brad at 8:40, and then Rick Morgan from Ogilvy Institute at 9:10. They're all calling us. But I have not heard back from Brad. I hate to text him early in the morning. I usually send him an email, but I'll text him after 8 o'clock. If I don't hear, I'll text him, make sure he's going to call. Excuse me. Yeah, we got plenty. Yeah, I got a full boat of things to get into today, and tomorrow's a short day, and then I'm off on Monday too. By the way, we're all off, of course, tomorrow or Thursday and Friday. I took Monday off too, just so you know. Paul's coming in. Yeah. I just felt I'd take a long break. I haven't taken any vacation time this year at all, so.
(26 of 48, 216 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. By the way, former Pittsburgh Steeler Antonio Brown, 8 receptions on the night for 57 yards. Matt Gay is your hero for the L.A. Rams. He kicked a 40-yard field goal to break a 24-24 tie with only 2:36 remaining in the fourth quarter. With the win, the Rams improved to 7-3. With the loss, the Buccaneers dropped to 7-4. The Pittsburgh Steelers host the Baltimore Ravens Thursday night at Heinz Field. In Baltimore Monday, the Ravens announced that 2 players had tested positive for COVID-19. They were Mark Ingram and J.K. Dobbins, both running backs, and they were placed on the reserve COVID-19 list. The Steelers are slight favorites. Be safe. Consider of others. Please check on the elderly. I'm Bill DeFabio on sports on AM 1600, and we are the Watchdog.
You can now watch the Legislative Watchdogs every Wednesday morning from 9 to 10 a.m. on Facebook Live. Talk radio taken to the next level. Only on the Watchdog. Give us a call and tell us what you're thinking. Locally, 304-214-1600. Out of the area, toll free, 866-514-1600 or 304-232-TALK.
Watch out! He could climb on his soapbox at any time. The Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
I have been very soapboxy this week. I've been on a lot of rants this week. Some of them we posted on our podcast page. You're welcome to check them out. Go to watchdognetwork.com and click on podcasts, and you can hear some of the rants that I've had, some of the conversations Biff and I've had over a couple of issues and so on. Check them out. I've been kind of soapboxing a bit this week. Hey, guess what? The Watchdog once again is giving away turkeys for Thanksgiving, so not far from now, when you hear the gobble gobble, not now, but when you hear the gobble gobble, and then you are that's it. This is not the signal, but that's what you'll listen for. When you hear that, you want to call in, and if you're the correct caller number that we pick, then you get a chance to guess how many shots it will take our marksman to hit our radio turkey. We do it every year. It's a lot of fun. It's a bit messy in the studio. Those turkey carcasses can smell a bit. I don't care right now this year because I'm home. Biff's the one who's going to worry about that. But we'll give you a chance to do that coming up just a little bit. The Watchdog Turkey Giveaway is sponsored by Karen Bar Distributing, who encourages you to eat your turkey while wearing an ugly Christmas sweater and drinking a Bud Light Seltzer Holiday Edition, like Peppermint Patty, Ginger Snap, Cranberry, and Apple Crisp, available in the variety pack. Stand by. Let them hear it again, Biffy.
There it is.
Not now, but when you hear that, the next time you hear that, call in to win here on the Watchdog Morning Show. We'll look at some of the local COVID numbers coming up in a minute or two, but let's talk about the weather first, and Zach is here to do that. Good morning, Zach.
Morning, Howard. How are you today?
Good. It's always when we do our annual turkey shoot here at the radio station, we let the turkeys fly in the studio, and then the marksmen are there, and they shoot them down, and it gets to be a real mess in our studio with all those dead turkeys. But we collect them and package them up and give them away to our listeners, so it's a good thing. I think you should do that on television. You should have an on-air turkey shoot.
Yeah.
No?
Well, I think we'd lose a little bit of a rating since we're not an outdoor sportsman channel, so I don't think we have the proper licenses to do so. It seems like you guys have all the correct licenses and certifications in place, and I'm sure all you have to do is just kind of flash the badge and be like, "I'm Howard Monroe. We are the Watchdog. We're okay."
Actually, I never thought about that. Let me just check. Biff, do we have any kind of license to shoot these turkeys?
Sure we do.
Oh, okay. Never thought about that. Can you just shoot a turkey in your studio? We're going to do it, by golly. We're going to do it.
It's all taken care of.
Okay, good. I'm
It
putting it
goes
all in
to
your
the-
hands.
All good. I understand.
Yeah, all good.
Put it all in your hands, pal. You're in charge, Biff. When they come on the door and flash that badge, you go, "What are you, the FCC?" "No, we're the poultry police." Oh God.
It's
Hey,
fine.
Zach, it looks like another dark day today, huh?
Yeah, and it's a frosty, cold one outside this morning. I unfortunately had to, I've always had to park outside, and I had to scrape off my windshield this morning because temperatures dipped down below freezing, and there was just a bit of moisture in the upper levels, and it fell on our windshields, and it certainly cooled down quite a bit. Temperatures right now at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport are 26 degrees, and like you said, Howard, it's going to be another gray and dreary day for the Ohio Valley, but we will warm up slightly to seasonable temperatures with highs in the mid to upper 40s today.
Did I hear you saying this morning on TV that you actually you had to scrape your windshield a little bit this morning, huh?
Correct, yeah. Taylor doesn't have to deal with that burden. She's privileged. She gets to park inside.
But yeah, so it's that cold outside, 25 degrees. At least there's no feels like it is 20. Feels like it's 25 and it feels like 25. But boy, it's cold outside.
Yeah, baby, it's cold outside. I'm not going to sing that one yet, but maybe you will catch me. I have been practicing my Christmas carols, Howard. I know we talked about that probably in October, but I've been practicing because I might go bold on Christmas Eve whenever I'm working that I might sing a little something on the 7 News this morning in our very first open. I don't know if I'll do it during the 6, but probably during the 5. I'll have to make sure that my vocal cords are warmed up, so I'm going to have to be singing and practicing up until then to get them warmed up, or I guess ready to be working to be singing quality.
Now, I don't know if you know this or not. Now, your immediate predecessor, Emily Goodman, I don't think she ever sang for us, did she?
Not that I can remember.
No. But before her was Brian Davis, and Brian would sing all the time.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He would do his Elvis impersonation, and he just would sing all the time. And by the way, Brian listens from time to time at his new station down south. So, Brian, if you're listening, we're not making fun of you. We kind of miss the singing, pal. But so you were you to sing, Zach, you would be in the tradition of previous weathermen there. So I just want you to know that.
All right, well, I'm sure Brian had a better tune and a better pitch than what I'll ever have on Christmas Eve, but I'll still go out on a limb and say something to look forward to. Make sure everyone tunes in on Christmas Eve. You'd have to wake up with us, or I guess you could just record it and see how big of a fool I make myself on Christmas Eve. But I guess it's all in the good holiday spirit.
You know, Christmas Eve, the Christmas season is sometimes all about just making a fool of yourself, you know?
True. Yep.
Put on silly red hats and Santa suits and elf ears and whatever, and sing some songs. Who cares? When you're singing a Christmas song, nobody cares how good it is. We just all like to hear the music, right?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Let's talk about the rest of the week's weather forecast.
So it looks like, Howard, we're expecting to see some rain showers in through Wednesday. Looks like we could get up to a 1/2 inch by the time things are said and done on Thursday, and hopefully we dry out, but hopefully that's the only thing that stays dry is the weather. Hopefully your turkey is still plump and juicy whenever it gets out of the oven or roaster or the deep fryer. I personally am a fan of deep fried turkeys. I think that's what I get to go home to on Thursday after the noon. But temperature-wise, we'll hover in the mid to upper 50s until about Friday. Staying cloudy, unfortunately. But it looks like we could see some filtered sunlight in through your weekend. But temperatures right now are hovering in the lower 50s. And Howard, I do want to make it very clear. First, I want to give you as far of a heads up as possible. I was looking ahead into the beginning of December, which is crazy to think it's just a week away. But there is a chance, and I know I won't be here because I'll be on vacation, but I want to give you a heads up right now. We could see some pretty chilly temperatures to begin the month of December, possibly even high temperatures in the mid-30s. So giving you that heads up, giving you something like, hey, I told you ahead of time, and I won't be here to make it into fruition. I won't have control of the thermostat. It looks like Aaron will take over those reins for me next week. But we could see a possible big cool down as we head into the next work week.
Well, as you point out, I mean, it is the beginning of December. Thanksgiving comes, Thanksgiving goes. December is here. Christmas not far behind. It's about time for some cold weather. I'm not a fan of it, but it's about time for some cold weather.
And that's why I'm giving you that heads up now, so that way you can mentally get yourself ready. I mean, again, we're predicting 8 to 9 days out into the future, but I have good consistency in looking out ahead in some of my models that I've been keeping an eye on, and I talked about it on, I think it was my Twitter yesterday, that, hey, just something to keep an eye on, and possibly seeing some cooler temperatures as we head into, well, the beginning of December.
All right, sounds good. All right, Zach, appreciate the forecast for today. We will meet again tomorrow. Then Biff and I are off on Thursday and Friday. You're off all next week, so we'll have one more day together, and then we'll have a little string of get away from you. You get away from us, but we'll reconvene in a week or so.
Yes,
in the meantime,
sir.
we will talk to you tomorrow.
Sounds good. We'll make it a good one as always tomorrow.
All right, thanks a lot. Zach Petty from the Big 7, WTRF TV. It's 8 before the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. 25 degrees at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport, and that 25 feels like, well, cleverly enough, 25, with some fog floating around outside. Biff, do I have to do a break? I ask you this time every morning. I'm never sure.
No, we're good.
We're good? All right. We're going to be shooting turkeys here in a bit, giving you a chance to win in our turkey shoot. And then this afternoon, oh, God help us. I wonder if Lola knows this.
She does.
This afternoon, on the afternoon drive, TJ Daner is in on the afternoon drive today. And he's going to be stuffing turkeys live on the radio. Okay. Alrighty then. Stuffing turkeys this afternoon on the afternoon drive between 2 and 5 o'clock. So, when DJ's around, you just never know. When Dane is in, you just never sure exactly what's going to happen, Biff.
All I can say is I'm glad today's a painting day for me. Yeah.
I wonder if Lola knows what her game plan is this afternoon.
Oh, she does. She knows. She knows.
Now, here's my question. Is he just going to scoop up the carcasses we shoot here in the morning and stuff those?
Yes, that's what it is. It's the leftovers from your show, and then from Bill today, and then whatever's left over, that's what they're going to stuff it to.
Just get a big broom, sweep them all up, put them in a pile, and stuff them.
Yeah, I'll tell Dan where to put them when he comes in, and then he'll take it from there too. That's all.
Oh, Lord help us. It's the watchdog. You never know what's liable to happen. 6 before the hour. Biff, I want to do a quick coronavirus update. Can we do that?
Let me do this. And
didn't give you advance warning. Sorry about that.
Continuing coverage of the year America shut down continues on the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
Thought you'd share some numbers with you just so you know what we're doing here in the Upper Ohio Valley as far as COVID goes. Brooke County turned red yesterday on the Department of Health and Human Resources COVID-19 county alert map. So now we have Marshall County and Brooke County in the Panhandle as red, which means significant risk of community spread. In Brooke County, the 7-day COVID-19 average shows an infection rate of 101.58 cases per 100,000 residents over the past week, a percent positive of 8.11%. And Marshall County on Monday had 100.13 cases per 100,000 residents and a positivity percentage of 8.67%. So all schools in the Panhandle are at best orange, and now 2 are in the red as well. All students in the entire Northern Panhandle are on remote learning this week. And remember, they're going to stay on remote through their own Thanksgiving break, however long the different school systems may have. And then, by order of the governor, continued remote learning from December up until December the 3rd. So after the Thanksgiving break, most schools probably just maybe Thursday and Friday off, and then they'll continue into the next week because the governor placed that order. So, keep that in mind. And as we talked about earlier, Hancock County is still orange, but hopefully it stays orange because that could impact the Oak Glen's playoff possibilities in the Super 6. If they were to drop down any lower than that, if they were to drop down into the red category, of course, or then they would be out of the action. They want to try and get gold. They got to get gold before they can get back into the game. So, some numbers I thought you might want to know there. Marshall County Health Department yesterday said 2 additional deaths from COVID in Marshall County. 74-year-old female, 35-year-old female. Looking at those ages, a reminder that it's not just the elderly who get hit by this. They both have been hospitalized at the time of their passing. And in Marshall County yesterday, 21 new positive cases were announced. In Ohio County, 2 new COVID-19 deaths and 35 additional COVID case positives in Ohio County, according to the health department yesterday. And in Belmont County, again, 2 deaths. So 2 deaths in each of our tri-county area, 2 deaths in Ohio, 2 deaths in Marshall, 2 new deaths in Belmont County from COVID, and 12 new positive cases in Belmont County. Actually, that's a pretty low number for Belmont County. They've been racking them up at a faster level than that, I think. So the Belmont County, for example, has now seen a total of 30 deaths from coronavirus and remains in Ohio's what they call level 2 advisory category on their transition map. So some numbers I thought you might want to know this morning about COVID here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Well, finally, the GSA, the General Services Administration, which controls the power of transition between presidents, agreed to allow Joe Biden to have access to presidential information and to the transition money that's available to him. So it looks as if pretty much everybody except Donald Trump is now saying Biden is the president, is the president-elect, and Trump is on his way out. But we'll talk more about that coming up next hour with our friend Tom Squidieri and our D.C. team. A lot of foreign policy and national security appointments suggested by Joe Biden yesterday. We'll see what Tom thinks those things might mean in terms of our foreign and national security policy. That's all coming up in the next segment of the Watchdog Morning Show. But first, we're going to check in with ABC as they cover the world for us.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
Okay, good. I was just checking to see. It looks like my clock is back on time, so that's good. I feel better now. Good. All right. I'll be back in a minute, and Tom at 8:10. Thanks. You want something? You want something? I'm gonna need some more pop in a minute.